Welcome back to my channel, Coin Collectors. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Kennedy half dollar, a historic American coin that could be worth big money bag. In this video, we'll explore the iconic design, the powerful story behind President John F. Kennedy, and the hidden treasures many people overlook. We're counting down the top 5 most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare Kennedy half dollars ever discovered in U.S. history. You'll hear shocking stories from American coin history, learn about rare silver-era Kennedy halves, discover unique color tones and finishes, and uncover valuable mint mark varieties from the Philadelphia, P, and Denver D mints that collectors and investors are actively searching for today. Here's the shocking truth. Even dirty, worn, or seemingly ordinary Kennedy half dollars could be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars exploding head. So before you spend that old half dollar, stick around, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Backhand index pointing right. Let's begin with coin number 1. The story of the 1964 Kennedy half dollar begins in one of the most emotional chapters in American history. After the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963, the United States moved quickly to honor him with a new coin that would circulate to the hands of millions of citizens. By early 1964, the Kennedy half dollar was released, and people instantly felt that this coin was more than money. It was a memorial. Families stood in long bank lines hoping to obtain even a single roll, and many Americans chose to save the coins rather than spend them, believing they were holding a piece of national memory. What makes the 1964 Kennedy half dollar especially important is its silver composition. Unlike later half dollars, the 1964 issue contains 90% silver, giving the coin both historical and precious metal value. At a time when silver prices were beginning to rise and coin collecting was booming, people realized these coins were worth more than their face value. As a result, millions were pulled from circulation and stored in drawers, safes, and collections, creating a strange situation where a coin meant for everyday spending quickly became a collectible treasure. Even though large numbers were minted, condition makes all the difference today. Coins that circulated heavily often show worn details, scratches, and dark toning. Many people think dark or dirty coins are worthless, but collectors know natural toning can actually prove originality. A coin that has aged naturally, without cleaning, carries authentic history. Each mark and tone reflects decades of travel through pockets, cash registers, and family savings jars, telling the silent story of American life in the 1960s. Some 1964 Kennedy half dollars appear without a mint mark, which means they were produced in Philadelphia, where coins traditionally did not carry mint marks at that time. These coins circulated widely across the country, moving through cities and small towns alike. Because they were so common in daily commerce, many examples suffered damage, and finding well-preserved pieces today becomes increasingly difficult as time passes. Collectors often search for coins with strong strike quality, original surfaces, and minimal wear. When such coins appear in exceptional condition, their values can rise dramatically compared to ordinary circulated examples. Special varieties proof coins, or coins preserved in mint state condition, sometimes bring impressive prices at auction, especially when certified by professional grading companies. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1964 Kennedy half dollar is how quickly it disappeared from everyday use. Within only a few years, rising silver prices encouraged people to hoard silver coins. By the late 1960s, half dollars were rarely seen in circulation. This sudden disappearance created a feeling of mystery around the coin, making later generations wonder why they almost never encountered them in change. Many coins surviving today are found in old collections, estate sales, or forgotten boxes stored by families who remember the excitement of 1964. Sometimes coins appear dark or spotted due to decades of storage in humid environments, but those conditions also confirm the coin has lived a real journey rather than being artificially polished for resale. Stories often circulate about rare examples selling for huge sums, and while most coins do not reach extreme values, exceptional specimens truly can command remarkable prices. Coins with flawless surfaces, rare mint characteristics, or special striking features become highly desirable among collectors competing to own the finest examples known. The Kennedy half dollar also represents a turning point in U.S. coinage. After 1964, Rising metal costs forced changes in coin composition, and later half dollars contain reduced silver or none at all. This makes the 1964 issue the final year of traditional silver half dollars intended for circulation, adding extra historical importance. Collectors also appreciate the coin's artistic design. The powerful portrait of President Kennedy faces left with determination, while the reverse shows the presidential seal with an eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. These details remind viewers of the hopes and struggles of the era in which the coin was born. Many people still unknowingly spend these coins at banks or stores, unaware they hold silver content and collectible interest. Coin collectors constantly search through bank rolls hoping to discover overlooked pieces, proving that treasures can still hide in everyday places. A naturally worn or darkened 1964 half dollar may look ordinary, yet it still carries intrinsic silver value and historical importance. Cleaning or polishing the coin might seem tempting, but such actions can permanently reduce collector interest by removing original surfaces developed over decades. The idea of becoming wealthy overnight through coin discovery excites many new collectors, but experienced hobbyists understand that patience, knowledge, and careful preservation bring real success. Coins reward those who study and respect them rather than those who rush for quick profit. The legacy of President Kennedy continues through this coin, linking generations who remember his leadership and the dramatic events surrounding his presidency. Each coin passing from hand to hand quietly carries that memory forward, even when people no longer recognize its story. As years pass, fewer high-quality examples remain untouched. Coins are lost, damaged, melted for silver, or simply forgotten. This gradual disappearance increases interest among collectors who appreciate coins not just as money, but as historical witnesses. When holding a 1964 Kennedy half dollar today, you are touching a piece of living history. It connects economic change, political memory, and precious metal value in one small object. Its journey from mint to modern collector markets reflects the evolving relationship between Americans and their currency. If you find one in a drawer or receive it unexpectedly in change, take a closer look before spending it. The coin may not instantly make someone a billionaire, but it holds far more meaning than 50 cents. Its real power lies in its story, silver content, and continued appeal among collectors. The fascination surrounding this coin continues to grow as new generations discover the thrill of coin collecting. Every year, more people realize that history often hides in ordinary objects, waiting to be recognized. In the end, the 1964 Kennedy half dollar stands as a reminder that coins are more than currency. They are time capsules, carrying memories, economic shifts, and personal stories across decades. For collectors and history lovers alike, this silver coin remains one of the most iconic and emotionally powerful pieces ever produced by the United States Mint. Next up, the 1978 Kennedy half dollar, without a mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, represents a fascinating period in American coin history when half dollars were slowly disappearing from everyday circulation, even though they were still officially produced. By the late 1970s, most Americans rarely use half dollars in daily transactions. So many coins were stored in bank vaults or saved by collectors who remember the excitement surrounding the coin's introduction after President John F. Kennedy's passing in the 1960s. Because of this, the 1978 issue feels like a quiet survivor from a time when the coin was no longer common in pockets, but still carried emotional and historical value. Unlike the famous 1964 Kennedy half dollar, the 1978 version no longer contains silver for circulation strikes. These coins were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, giving them their familiar silver color but without precious metal content. However, collector demand still exists because condition, rarity in high grades, and certain mint errors can make specific coins much more valuable than ordinary pieces found in circulation. Many viewers are surprised to learn that even coins without silver can still command impressive prices, if preserved in exceptional condition. When people hear stories about coins worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, it usually involves rare minting errors or coins preserved in nearly perfect condition. For the 1978 Philadelphia issue, coins showing extremely sharp details, flawless surfaces, and original mint luster are difficult to find because many coins were mishandled, scratched, or worn down during circulation. High-grade coins certified by professional grading companies sometimes sell for strong prices due to collector competition. An interesting part of the 1978 Kennedy half-dollar story is how few people actually use them in daily commerce. By this time, vending machines and cash registers were not designed to handle half-dollars efficiently, so banks often stored large quantities that never fully entered circulation. As a result, some coins remain relatively untouched in rolls for decades, occasionally discovered by collectors searching bank inventories or estate collections. Many surviving coins today appear dark, dull, or dirty because they spent years sitting in drawers or containers exposed to air and humidity. Some collectors mistake this appearance for damage, but natural toning can sometimes add character, showing that the coin aged naturally without harsh cleaning. Cleaning coins often harms collector value because it removes original surfaces that specialists look for when evaluating authenticity. Collectors also enjoy studying minting variations, including minor die errors or striking differences that sometimes occur during production. While most 1978 coins are common, small variations can attract collector interest, especially when discovered in excellent condition. These small surprises keep coin hunting exciting because valuable discoveries can still appear unexpectedly. The Kennedy half-dollar design itself remains one of the most recognizable in American coinage. President Kennedy's profile symbolizes optimism and leadership, while the reverse presidential seal reflects strength and unity. Even years after his presidency, the coin continued serving as a reminder of a powerful moment in American history, keeping his legacy alive in everyday objects. Some stories exaggerate values, suggesting any old coin can instantly create overnight wealth. But experienced collectors know true value depends on rarity, demand, and condition. While a normal circulated 1978 half-dollar is usually worth only face value, exceptional examples or error coins can bring significant interest among specialists who compete for the finest specimens. The decline of half-dollar circulation during the 1970s adds mystery to coins from this era. Many younger Americans grew up rarely seeing them, making later discoveries feel special. Finding one unexpectedly often sparks curiosity, leading new collectors to explore coin history and begin searching for hidden treasures. Collectors today sometimes purchase unopened bankrolls from past decades, hoping to discover coins untouched since the mint packaged them. Occasionally, such rolls contain coins with brilliant surfaces and sharp details, increasing their appeal and value in collector markets. The 1978 Philadelphia issue, without mint mark, remains an important part of the Kennedy half-dollar timeline, marking a period when a coin existed more as a collector's item than everyday currency. This transitional moment makes it historically interesting even without silver content. Natural wear patterns on circulated examples tell stories of countless transactions, from grocery stores to family savings jars. Each scratch or tone spot reflects real-world use, turning an ordinary coin into a small piece of economic history. Professional grading plays a major role in determining modern coin value. Coins graded at the highest levels become registry-set competitors, where collectors seek the best possible example, pushing auction prices higher for rare top-condition coins. Although stories of coins worth millions inspire excitement, realistic expectations help collectors enjoy the hobby more. The real reward often comes from discovery, research, and preserving historical pieces rather than chasing unrealistic profits. As time moves forward, coins from the late 1970s continue aging, and fewer untouched examples remain available. This gradual reduction sometimes increases collector interest, as people realize these coins are becoming historical artifacts rather than simple currency. When examining a 1978 Kennedy half-dollar, careful observation of surfaces, strike quality, and originality helps determine potential value. Even coins that appear ordinary might hold collector interest if preserved well or showing unusual characteristics. Holding one today connects collectors to decades of American monetary change, when coin compositions shifted and public spending habits evolved. It reminds us that currency reflects social and economic trends as much as it serves daily transactions. If you discover a 1978 half-dollar stored away in your home, it is worth examining before spending. While it may not instantly change your life, it still represents an important chapter in coin history and can hold collector value depending on condition. Ultimately, The 1978 Kennedy half dollar, without mint mark, stands as a quiet but meaningful continuation of a coin born from national remembrance. Its journey from circulation to collector curiosity shows how even modern coins can gain historical importance over time, proving that everyday objects sometimes carry stories far richer than their face value suggests. Next up, the 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar carries a unique place in American coin history because it comes from a time when a half dollar was slowly fading from everyday circulation, even though millions were still produced each year. Struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark on the coin, this issue represents a period when Americans were moving away from large coins in daily transactions. While the Kennedy half dollar began as a silver coin in the 1960s, by 1972 most circulating pieces were made from copper-nickel-clad metal, meaning the coin looked silver but did not contain precious silver for regular circulation pieces. When the Kennedy half dollar first appeared in 1964, the public rushed to save them as memorials to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. Because people kept them as souvenirs, the coin rarely circulated heavily. By 1972, the excitement had cooled, but many Americans still save half dollars in drawers and jars, leading to fewer coins actually being used in stores. This saving habit helped preserve many coins, though most examples show wear or dull surfaces today after decades of storage. Collectors searching for valuable 1972 D. Kennedy half dollars usually focus on coins in exceptional condition. Most coins entered circulation and gained scratches or dull coloring, so coins with sharp details, original shine, and minimal marks are harder to find. Professional grading companies sometimes certify high-quality pieces, and these top-condition coins can attract strong auction prices from serious collectors competing to own the finest examples. Many coins discovered today appear dirty, dark, or even blackened from years of exposure to air and humidity. Some people mistakenly clean coins, hoping to make them look new, but cleaning often damages the surface and reduces collector value. Natural toning, even when dark, sometimes appeals to collectors because it shows the coin aged naturally rather than being artificially altered. The 1972 D issue is also interesting because half dollars were already becoming uncommon in daily transactions. Vending machines and cash systems rarely accepted them, so banks often stored large quantities and used. Some coins sat untouched in sealed bank rolls for decades, only recently discovered by collectors searching for hidden treasures. Stories often circulate online suggesting that any old coin can instantly make someone rich, but real value depends on rarity, condition, and demand. Most circulated 1972 D half dollars are worth face value, yet rare mint errors or coins preserved in near-perfect condition can sell for significantly higher amounts. These rare cases create the exciting stories that inspire collectors to continue searching. The design of the Kennedy half dollar remains powerful, showing President Kennedy's profile on the front and the presidential seal on the back. Even decades later, the coin symbolizes a dramatic moment in American history and reminds collectors of how quickly currency can reflect national emotion and change. Collectors also enjoy examining coins for unusual minting characteristics, including double letters, striking errors, or off-center designs. While most coins are normal, discovering a rare error coin adds excitement to the hobby and can increase a coin's value dramatically. Over time, many half dollars were removed from circulation and stored, melted, or lost, making well-preserved examples increasingly interesting to collectors. As fewer untouched coins remain, demand for attractive examples continues to grow within the collecting community. The early 1970s also marked a period when American coinage had fully shifted away from precious metals for everyday coins due to rising silver prices. This transition makes coins from this era historically important because they represent the final years when many people still remembered silver coins in their pockets. Coin roll hunting remains popular among collectors today, and occasionally unopened rolls of 1972 D coins appear, offering chances to find coins with original mint luster. Discoveries like this keep enthusiasm alive, as collectors dream of finding rare or perfect examples hidden for decades. Each circulated coin also tells a story through its wearer, passing through countless hands, stores, and cash registers before ending up in someone's collection. These marks of circulation connect a coin to real economic life, making even ordinary coins historically interesting. Professional grading services now play a major role in determining market value. A coin graded at the highest mint state levels can command strong prices due to registry collectors competing for top-quality coins. Although some exaggerated stories promise overnight wealth, experienced collectors understand that true rewards often come from patience, knowledge, and careful searching. Discovering a valuable coin is rare, but the hunt itself brings enjoyment and learning. The continued production of Kennedy half dollars also shows how coin programs adapt over time. Even when coins fall out of circulation, they can survive as collector favorites, preserving historical designs for future generations. When examining a 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar, collectors look for clean surfaces, strong details in Kennedy's hair and lettering, and minimal contact marks. Coins meeting these standards often attract collector interest. Many people rediscover half dollars in inherited collections or old bank savings, leading them to explore coin collecting for the first time. These discoveries often spark curiosity about coin history and market value. Even coins in worn or dirty condition still represent part of American monetary heritage. They show how currency moves through society and how designs remain connected to important national events. If you come across a 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar, it is wise to examine it carefully before spending it. While most are common, certain high-grade or unusual pieces could hold collector interest and deserve preservation. In the end, the 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar stands as a reminder of changing times in American currency, blending history, collecting passion, and the possibility of discovery. While not every coin brings great wealth, each one carries a story that continues to fascinate collectors searching for hidden value in everyday money. Next up, the 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar represents an interesting chapter in modern American coinage because it comes from a time when half dollars were still being produced, yet rarely seen in everyday circulation. Struck at the Denver Mint, the coin carries a small D mint mark beside President Kennedy's portrait, identifying its origin. By the early 1990s, half dollars were no longer commonly used in stores. So many coins went straight into bank vaults, collections, or storage rather than into people's pockets. The Kennedy half dollar itself was first introduced in 1964, only months after President John F. Kennedy's assassination. Americans were deeply moved by his death, and the government quickly approved a coin honoring him. When the first coins appeared, citizens rushed to collect them, and many coins disappeared from circulation almost immediately. This early saving habit shaped the coin's future, as later issues like the 1993 D were produced mainly for collectors and bank storage rather than everyday spending. Unlike the original 1964 Kennedy halves that were made of 90% silver, the regular 1993 D circulation coins are copper-nickel clad, meaning they look silver in color but contain no precious metal. However, special collector versions produce in proof, and silver sets did include silver content, which sometimes cause a confusion among collectors who assume all coins from that year contain silver. Most 1993 D half dollars you find today show signs of storage rather than heavy circulation. Many coins remain stacked in rolls for decades, leading to bag marks, dull surfaces, or toning spots. Some coins also appear dark or dirty after years in damp conditions or coin jars, but this aging does not always reduce their historical interest. Collectors searching for valuable examples focus on coins preserved in exceptional mint condition. A coin that still shows bright original mint luster, sharp details, and very few contact marks can attract attention from grading companies and collectors. High-grade certified coins sometimes sell for surprisingly strong prices, especially when collectors compete for top registry quality examples. Occasionally, unusual mint errors appear among coins of this era, including double lettering, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. These rare production mistakes create excitement because they are far scarcer than regular coins. When authenticated, such error coins can command significant premiums in the collector market. Stories on the internet sometimes claim that any Kennedy half dollar could instantly make someone rich, but reality is more complex. Most 1993 D coins remain worth face value unless they are in extraordinary condition or show rare mint errors. However, The thrill of searching for those rare pieces keeps collectors motivated. The coin's design remains one of the most recognizable in American currency. The obverse displays President Kennedy's profile, while the reverse shows the presidential seal with the eagle and shield. Even decades later, the coin remains a symbol of a moment in history that deeply affected the nation. By the early 1990s, vending machines and cash registers rarely used half dollars, so large numbers of coins stayed and used in Federal Reserve storage. Some coins only entered circulation years later, when banks released stored supplies, creating the unusual situation where older coins appear almost new when found today. Collectors are often tempted to clean dirty coins, but cleaning usually damages the coin's surface and reduces its value. Natural toning or aging is generally preferred by collectors over polished surfaces, since originality matters more than shine. Another factor affecting value is the coin's survival rate in high quality. Even though millions were minted, coins that avoided contact marks during storage are harder to find. High-end graded examples become desirable because they are rarer than raw mintages suggest. Many people rediscover Kennedy half dollars in inherited collections or forgotten savings jars. These discoveries often spark new interest in coin collecting, as people realize everyday currency can hold historical significance beyond face value. While exaggerated stories promise overnight fortunes, experienced collectors know real success comes from learning, patience, and careful examination. The excitement lies in the search itself and in understanding the history behind each coin discovered. The Kennedy half dollar also continues to be produced today mainly for collectors, proving how strong the design's legacy remains. Even when coins are no longer commonly used in daily life, they continue to serve as historical reminders preserved in collections. Examining a 1993 D coin carefully can reveal sharp design details, strong lettering, and mint brilliance if the coin avoided damage. These qualities attract collectors seeking attractive examples from a modern era. Half dollars from this period also reflect the economic changes of the late 20th century, when coin usage patterns shifted and large denomination coins slowly disappeared from everyday transactions. Every circulated coin carries marks from countless exchanges, connected to everyday American life. Even worn coins tell stories of travel through stores, banks, and households before finally landing in collections. If you find a 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar, it is wise to check its condition and keep it safe until you know its potential value. While most examples are common, rare errors or high-quality pieces can sometimes surprise collectors. In the end, the 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar stands as a bridge between history and modern collecting. Though not every coin will change someone's life, each carries a story of American currency evolution, and the possibility of discovery keeps collectors searching, hoping the next coin they examine might be something truly special.